Oh, okay.
Looking like it's up.
Yep. Hello, friends. We're back. I
I think I'm
hope.
one of the two viewers.
Hey,
You
I'm.
must be the second.
Yeah, I am the second. Oh my god. Three. Hello. I'm just gonna wait to see some people come back because we had a little bit of an oops moment.
A lot of a noobs moment.
You must be the second. Yeah, I am the second. Audio sounds good though. That's at least something I'm kind of taking
Oh,
for a blessing.
I'm kind of glad that it's working a little better.
Maybe. All right. Just gonna see if we get
That
some.
Abby.
Anybody watching, feel free to comment that you're in. Yeah, that'd be cool.
NC Productions is back.
Hey! All right.
Hey!
Well, welcome back, good sir. We were talking about how disgusting the ZP5s are before the stream took an absolute nosedive. So, these things happen. Meanwhile, I'm just going to look at the Reading and Northern Excursion set. Uh,
I would pay 1,400 if it was like the full 15 car train that we shot.
yeah, no kidding. With Lionel now having HO range, I would not mind if that was a thing.
Yeah.
If they did that set with an HO version, I'd be like, we'll take the money. One said, "Good
Yeah. I mean,
morning."
I just don't think it's worth, more than my entire setup for everything combined to have an engine and four cars.
Now, unless you told me that the entire tender housed nothing but a giant speaker, so that way it sounded as loud as it really does through Glenanoco, I'd be like, okay, you have a point.
But at that point, I mean,
I,
just
I,
spend the $1,400 and go see it in real life.
yeah, go deaf in real life, not just on your model railroad. Okay, EP5's absolutely disgusting. Ugh. Pullman's
Needs a
great.
Virginian.
Yeah, no shit, we need a Virginian. Yeah. Ah, man, Great Northern Pullman's. Great. Pullman's. Cool. I'm not into the Great Northern. I can't really say anything.
Yeah, I think Great Northern could be cool if
Mm-hmm.
it was
Yeah.
you know, more interesting.
Yeah. Great Northern. You
I
mean
like their green
BNSF.
boilers. I mean, that would
Yes.
make some people mad, but I like those green boilers.
Yeah. No speaker can sound as loud as 425. Yeah, you're right, Kale. That is, yeah, facts.
The same goes for 1309. Every video I've seen, it does not come across as loud as it actually is
Really?
because it was so loud my ears popped.
Well, they had the hooter off of a Y, didn't they?
They did. I've never had something be so loud my ears popped. But with 1309, that's exactly what happened. It was so cool.
Nice. Right, we got
I
some.
highly recommend you go whenever they run
Yeah.
again.
Hey, speaking of 1309, look, we got some Chesapeake and Ohio Pullman, or not Pullmans, freight cars. Jeez, oh Pete's. There's some hoppers, $60 a throw. That's
Whoa,
that's
whoa.
nice.
And that's a Fubi, isn't it? That Milwaukee one?
I don't know. It's enough of a generic design to where it probably existed. I mean, I can speak that the C&O and the nickel plate versions are at least accurate.
Yeah.
And you've got some tank cars, which always nice.
I wish there were more good tank cars, like older tank cars and trains.
No kidding. I mean, there's that 138-foot pack in Forge, but that's about it. And then
Yeah, but I want the later ones, so.
I hear ya. Then the Polar Express, an American Flyer, yippee.
You.
Uh, okay, that's it for American Flyer. 75th anniversary, just like the real thing, we're only somewhat interested in it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Where the
Where'd it go? Oh, there it
There
goes.
it is. I don't even know what happened. All right, here's what we came to see: the Lionel 2021 catalog. God help me. What?
Oh,
What the? Oh
why
no.
couldn't they have just made it regular?
So we're getting the John Bolin Lego, or not Lego. I wish it was Lego.
It looks like Lego.
I, don't
The
insult
way
what
they put that Uncle Sam on the side.
I. Okay. So, as previously stated in the first stream, I am a now, I'm an MTH guy who's looking to Lionel to get back into, you know, O scale with the main company as opposed to its best rival. And we're off to a great start. Legacy Steam, okay. Yeah, click whistles to hear. Really? Oh,
Oh,
that's 765. Okay,
okay.
that was noise. Oh, no, don't zoom in.
Oh, it comes with Bluetooth.
Oh, I for the
Oh, good lord, what is that? Is that a
so
war bonnet 2882? No, 210102.
so the Santa Fe
No way.
Malleys are back.
Zoom in on that war bonnet 210102.
The black bonnet down here. Oh my god.
Oh man. They went through all this effort and they didn't even go with a Virginian one. They made two fake paint schemes and they didn't even go with like the obvious choice. The only other railroad that ever had a 210-10-2, the Virginian.
To any Santa Fe modelers, I apologize at this monstrosity. Um,
What did
that's $2,500 for a Fubi.
it looks like?
What on earth?
What it looks like that like like the Rio Grande Bumblebee scheme.
Yeah, but even still, the Bumblebee would look better than this. Oh my lord.
Exactly.
So here's the thing that I like though is that these are advertised as built to order. Realistically, how many of those black bonnets and Valley Flyer versions do they possibly think would sell? What on earth?
Maybe to a collector, but it's not going to hold its value because no one cares.
Please let there be more on the next page. Come on, Virginian version, please.
Please, I
White
would love to see more
white loading
Virginia.
page. Oh my god, why isn't it loading? Okay, I'm just gonna refresh the page really quick. Come on.
We really need more Virginian representation. Okay, I
Okay.
do like that buy war bonds. Oh, and that Atlantic coastline. Okay,
Okay.
this wasn't so bad.
So the USRA Pacifics are back into Lionel's range here. Also built to order. What's standing out to me right off the bat is that we're getting some road specific detail with the various tenders. This is the one model I actually did see ahead of time. The Nickel Plate Road Historical and Technical Society posted about this, and this is something we've never had offered as a ready to run model. For some reason, on these Pacifics, the way the recessed number boards are, where they're not quite on the front of the smoke box, but sitting between there and the stack, that's actually accurate. Like, we're getting an accurate model, and we have 168 was one of, as far as we're aware, the only Pacific that got the buy war bonds tender. And then we only have photos of one Hudson that had that, but allegedly there was a second that received that paint job.
It looks cool.
Yeah, and there is
It
some renewed interest in that because it's preserved at the age of, well, I shouldn't say preserved, but they painted their aux
they
tender to
painted
that.
a fake.
Yeah.
They painted a similar tender. That doesn't look so bad.
No,
Like this page is probably going to be the least offensive of all of them.
no. I mean, I don't know how accurate the UP Greyhound is, but as a
Yeah,
nickel
but they
plate
kind of
guy,
would. If there was a preserved UP Greyhound, preserved UP Pacific, UP would have put that thing in Greyhound like that.
oh yeah, easily, you know it. But no, that's actually see that's leading off right. That when I expect like a new model coming in, that pretty much says it for me. I'd be like, yeah, that 168, I really like that.
That 168's cool. That I mean, I feel like there might be a little bit too much white space behind the tailing truck, but
Yeah,
other than that, it looks pretty sweet.
I can agree with that. All right, well, the first they kick you down, they set the bar low with the Santa Fe Malleys, and then it's like, all right, where can we go from here? More more Pacifics, Gulf Mobile in Ohio and the Katy. Um Now here's the thing, I don't know about that Texas special in particular if it's particularly accurate or not, but that's
Absolutely not.
still an attractive set at the very least with the engines. We know that's accurate.
Yeah, I would love to see um one like so those GM&O Alton engines,
Yeah.
those boilers were also red on
Really?
some of them. I've seen pictures
Hmm.
of the boilers also being red.
Hmm.
I think that would be pretty cool if they were to replicate that at least once. I want to say at one point in its life, 425 had that same arrangement.
I would I want to say yes, but I'm not entirely informed on that. And oh no. Okay, so legacy camelbacks are in. Let's just go from the top of
Oh,
the
good God. Look at the C&J at the bottom.
Okay, so CNJ at the top, 774. Yeah, going off of our conversation last night about survivors we thought would have happened, would have been around. I don't know what happened to 774. That one was earmarked for preservation with the amount of fan trips that it was on, but I don't know what happened.
Oh, yeah. I thought it was saved.
No, no, the only CNJ Camelback we have is in Atlantic. That's at the B&O Museum.
Interesting.
Yeah, I don't
I thought
know.
I could have sworn it would have been saved.
Yeah, interesting to note though for Legacy, these are only 650.
Yeah, I was going to say, these look way better than those Pacifics.
Yeah, and a Halloween version. Yeah, sure, okay.
Wait till you get to this one at the bottom.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh no, Harry. That is oh jeez. Yeah, that's a Blue Comet version.
That is gorgeous.
Well, the second page is even worse. Um,
Okay, that I think the in my own W one's semi-accurate at least.
might be. The Reading version, maybe.
Uh,
I'm not entirely sure.
It looks too C&J to be a Reading engine. Ooh,
Now,
someone get Max on the line.
yeah, we need to get Max Harris on the line here and see what he thinks about the Burger Strass Camelback because no, no, that's no. I mean, the Long Island version, it's like okay, Long Island, sure, but why Strasburg? Okay.
I guess because they that Reading, they were like, oh, we got that Reading one. We gotta get that we gotta get the we gotta get that 1181 or whatever it is.
Yeah, 1187. Yeah,
Yeah, we gotta get that 1187 cloud on there.
that's no. And then, oh no. Okay, so Garrett would be very happy right now because the Mohawks are back, and he sold his to me, making fun of him to no end on that. sixteen hundred
You
dollar
sell it?
Yeah, he sold his TMCC Mohawk. So
Why?
I don't know because it was TMCC, and he regretted it immediately. So at least with a new version of the L2A, that's nice. The New
That
Havens, I want to say they were I5s, but that's reasonably accurate to what an L2A is.
I don't think they were i5s. I5s are the specifics.
Yeah, you're right, the i5. But I know the New Haven does have a 482 that was similar to that.
Yeah,
So I'll give it a pass, along with a nice. You actually have a nice variety of fonts with those, and then a pacemaker freight add-on.
that's not too bad.
No,
I mean, I'm not a huge fan of that pacemaker Fubi scheme or the Hudson Fubi scheme, but
yeah. I mean, I'm not too much for a 20th century Mohawk because I don't think the L2As in particular were known for passenger service. I know the L3s and the L4s were certainly true mixed traffic, but the pacemaker one's silly. But out of the seven offered here, at least five of them are accurate to some degree.
yeah,
Yeah,
proud of Lionel for really being conservative with the Fubis on this page.
yeah, which is good because Mohawks are important, and these are not too good there.
I
But
really want to get that book, Know Thy Early Mohawks.
yeah, the New
The,
York Central's Know Thy Mohawks. I think that one's coming out, isn't it?
well, there's a bunch of them on eBay right now for
Ooh,
$60 a piece.
that's
I've been
pretty
shopping
good
for books.
because I've seen the prices on Know Thy Hudsons, and those are way harder to come by.
Good God, that's like one of those like bucket
It's the Bible.
$300 on that.
Yeah, no kidding.
If anyone out there is willing to let go of their Know Thy Hudson for
Oh, geez, I lost you. Hold on, Jonah. Uh-oh. Oh, okay, hold on. You froze when you were like willing to let it go for, and then you cut out.
oh, my internet connection sometimes gets unstable.
It'd be like
So I'm
that.
just gonna move really quickly.
All right, legacy diesels. And now we go into the dark stuff because you got two Steam guys on the stream right now.
Oof.
Oh, geez. So 70 aces. Let's just go down the line here. Uh, I do like credit where it's due. Let's focus on the positive. The one accurate paint scheme on this page is the Kansas City Southern one, and I do like how it's the essential. It was the thank you saluting our heroes, and that was for essential workers at the start of this pandemic over almost a year ago.
I'm an essential worker.
I'm an essential worker too. I make sandwiches.
I worked at Target.
There we go.
I
But
do like that Atlantic coastline one at the top.
I
Like, I just think that the lines suit the 70 Ace very well.
yeah, I mean it goes with the argument that I think any paint scheme, any throwback paint scheme on a Gevo or a 70 Ace, I think NS proved that they look good on any unit. But
I don't know. I'm really not a fan of that Santa Fe one.
I give it a pass. Because I feel like in an alternate reality we would have seen that.
In an alternate reality, yeah, but I feel like, I don't know. I feel like they would have moved the bonnet. I think my problem with it is that, like, the bonnet starts too close to the front.
Yeah,
Like, if it was, like, a bit further back, I think it would look a little bit less funky.
yeah, I would agree with that if it just went a little further back. The Baltimore and Ohio one, at least, that's stunning.
Yeah, that looks pretty good.
And then I don't know the Canadian Pacific one. It's one
That's
of
real.
well, it's a 70 ACU, so it's
Okay.
close, but it's not
That's
quite there yet.
being a little nitpicky.
It is
I mean,
a
that's like detail part area. Like, not worth
yeah,
buying, making new tooling. That's like detail parts.
yeah.
That Boston and Maine one,
If
I can't
you
quite decide. Like, if they'd stuck with like an actual Boston and Maine, like the classic,
yeah,
that looks sweet.
if
But
that
they
was
merged it with the lightning stripe from New York Central.
yeah, I mean merging it with the lightning stripes one thing, and the way that the white creeps in on it. If that was just straight maroon and yellow, that would be stunning.
Exactly. That would be so cool.
Yeah. Also, I just want to take time to respond to a comment here, saying they haven't done anything related to Strasbourg in a while. They haven't done anything related to Strasbourg in O scale, but they did come out with a new version of their O27 set and some accessories last year. So Lionel's hinted at Strasbourg models in the literally in the past couple of years, but that might be the first scale model they've done in a bit, and even still, it's like yikes.
Okay.
Yeah. But moving on to some Alco PAs, there's not much to be said. I mean, those are three accurate schemes off the bat, and it's a PA. They are probably some of the most stunning locomotives out there.
I love PAs.
Yeah.
I loved the. I saw the. I got to go to Streamliners.
Yeah.
Uh, I saw that nickel plate PA. That thing is sweet.
I I wish I could have went. I'd be particular. I really want to see that at some point.
It was so cool. Like that engine is gorgeous. I don't know. Do you know if they've gotten it running yet, or is it still in that same state where it was trail only?
No, Doyle
Like
hasn't
they could
gotten it
get the
running yet.
engines fired up. It just couldn't lead or run on its own.
As far as I
It could
know,
em-
I think at Streamliners it was just a Hulk.
no, they could MU it. That's how they got it down there. They
Huh.
got it down there on an actual honest to God like manifest freight where they MU'd it up with like some Gevos.
Huh. Isn't that crazy?
It'll MU. It just can't run on its own. They would MU. They also MU'd it with that Canadian National FPA 4
Ooh.
that was there. That was a good show. Oh man, that was
Yeah.
for the longest time. Oh, let's see if I got that picture still. Yeah, it's up there. Okay. But there's like oh, the FPA 4, they put on this like photo freight and it was nice. It sounded sweet.
Nice. Yeah. Yes. Speaking of other PAs, I think probably one of the most iconic schemes was the PA's Farewell, which was on the Delaware and Hudson. So to sell that as a set's a really smart move because this was the place to be in the 1970s was getting your D&H for the absolute farewell of a class.
I do wish that those PAs weren't so blunt nosed as they are in these sets. Because it's a lot
No,
more rounded
yeah,
and
so
real.
I mean this is also new tooling registers built to order. I trust that they're going to get the curves right because I don't think that's the final model shown or represented, but it's
I would sure hope not. That's too blunt.
yeah.
It looks like it like somebody ran one into a brick wall.
Yeah. I could get more curves out of that with Lego.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I'd have to now. Here's one I'd have to Google just to make sure that the Erie Lackawanna. I think they did have PAs in this scheme, albeit briefly, but
Yeah,
that's
it would have been
still
really, really early, wouldn't it?
yeah. Because I mean they merged in 1960, but that with an honest to god matching passenger consist without a dome for accuracy is it's stunning.
Mm-hmm.
That's one of I think the Erie Lackawanna probably is one of the more underrated roads, especially in terms of their diesel paint scheme, because you can't argue with that. That's just good
I
looking.
really liked the like transition schemes
Mm-hmm.
because I think for a little while they even had some of those. They would patch those Erie units
Yeah,
with the EL scheme with like the EL logo, and that looked pretty cool.
yeah. All right, and then a Gulf Mobile and Ohio sets to go with it. They're really
I'm
pushing
not
heavy
sure.
on the PAs.
I'm not sure about the accuracy on this one. I don't know. I know GM&O had the the FPs or the FAs. I'm not sure about these.
No, they had them.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, that's at least accurate. I can testify to that.
It looks good. I mean, but you can't really go wrong with GM&O.
Yeah.
So
Going back to the is the maroon a little bright on the Erie Lackawanna units though? I think on the locomotives it might be a hair on the bright side, but at the very least the coaches reflect a more accurate maroon.
and even still, like it would have still faded to that bright red at some point anyway.
Yeah. I think it looks fine. It's just the rendering issues with that I don't think are quite there yet.
It very well could be just like rendering or like lighting problems because sometimes like I know that I've seen like Kodachrome slides of Erie Lackawanna or just Lackawanna
Yeah.
engines, and it is that color, but I can't speak to it being like in real life because I
Yeah.
mean,
Especially color correcting is, just an absolute fun time.
especially if you weren't there. Like
Yeah.
this was probably designed by someone or like painted by someone who wasn't there to see it.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I'm optimistic they'll get the color right, at least on
Yeah.
their diesels. Moving on to the iconic GP30s. Hey, we got some
Best
Reading and
name.
Northern.
Awesome.
Even though,
Honestly, GP30s are like my favorite second generation diesel.
yeah. Interesting to note, I'm just looking on here, it even has the correct label as the GP39RN because they're not true Jeep 30s, but the car body is exactly the same. Blows me
I mean,
away.
there's nothing really wrong with this. Well, maybe that C&W one, but oh, and that BNSF one.
No, the BNSF one's accurate.
Really?
Yeah, it's the same classification as the Reading and Northern with GP39 RNs.
Huh.
They've had some rebuilding done on them to where my friend Paul could definitely testify to this a lot better than I could, but there are some cosmetic differences where the fluting done on the top streamline bit was cut away at. Burley's
Mm-hmm.
Northern guys could comment on that, but even having two patched for CSX in Baltimore and Ohio and Chessie paint scheme, that's accurate to a degree because the last GP30s on CSX lasted until the very early 90s. That's when they were all
We
rebuilt into
still
the
have,
slugs.
they still have GP30s. They're slugs now,
Yeah,
but they're still Jeep 30s.
yeah,
I've seen a handful of them around here.
yeah. Well, one of the locomotives that I absolutely missed was we had a slug set go through Bowling Green, and it was X Seaboard 2501 with a 30 slug, and that has an RS5T that's now on the CSX Spirit of Law Enforcement engine. Like it's the
Huh.
exact same horn because they sold off 2501, but oh, that thing was music to hear.
That's cool.
Yeah. But no, that honestly, that's a good selection of Jeep 30s. And for legacy, I think this is something you'll see with MTH. MTH's legacy, pun intended on the operating system, is that their
Mhm.
price for these are 530, and that's
Oh,
very reminiscent of an MTH price.
that's not too bad.
That's a little more affordable than
Any of these
normal.
other engines.
No, and oh Jesus God.
Oh, oh
Okay.
man.
Super base
Oh,
tenders on the verandas.
okay. I can see three out of these. Let's see, that's six.
No, it's two.
No,
Two are accurate.
two. Oh, two of the. Oh man.
I mean, I at least appreciate that you have a what if heritage with Turbine 65 here with the modern American flag. Like, oh, jeez. Like, yeah, that would at least be somewhat accurate to if we had one today, but even still, the classic schemes are fine. Um, why anybody would
That
want.
U.S. Army one really hurts to look at.
You remember a couple of years ago when it was, I think it was a UP Triclops got painted in California and it had those tiger stripes with the mouth on it.
That was so cool.
That's what that reminds me of. The
I think there was
Department.
also one that got painted up with that same with the shark teeth scheme. Like it wasn't on purpose. Like it
No,
was
it was
somebody like
so
graffitied it.
vandalism.
Like
But
it was vandalism,
yeah,
but
I mean, if you're a hardcore veranda enthusiast, this is for you. But that is not worth 1650 for anything apart from the two listed Uni Pacifics.
Do you
Ugh.
think that they were going for those Moss Coffee diesels that for those SP and Rio Grande schemes? Because
I,
that's all that I'm thinking of right there is those rebuilds that they did,
I
or I
mean,
guess those new engines.
honestly, it's plausible as to what they could be going for with that, but I'm not. I'm
Because like
honestly
it
not.
looked like the nose, it looks like they're going for those MK whatevers that they had,
Yeah, but
but like it's still weird.
it's so close, but so far. Ugh. Oh, thank God, something normal. New tooling on SW8s. All right. Let's just.
Hey, they got the Strasbourg.
Hey, that's a familiar engine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Every time I get up to Strasbourg, Max and Garrett always bully me.
Why? Because you
Like they're
like
like, "Oh,
this
we're
one?
getting inside at 8618." They never are. Like
No.
whenever I'm like late, I guess. This happened once actually.
Yeah. At least the one thing that jumps out to me though about the Conrail unit is that the lettering is off standard. Like the Conrail's off from where the logo is. However, I would put money on if I googled pictures of 8657 it had that, because early Conrail lettering is a lawless wasteland of so many I can't even call it inaccuracies. Basically, that's prototypical, and that's somewhat sad.
It's I love the Coors Brewing one because I know that someone's going to buy it and be like, "It's the beer train."
Yeah.
Oh, check out those number boards on that Southern Pacific one
Ooh. Custom number boards, even the I
for
forget what kind of.
$500.
Yeah,
Road specific.
road specific detail built to order. Um
And look
roads.
at the car identifier, the like early barcode
Yeah.
there.
I
That's
noticed
pretty
the
nifty.
yeah, the Boston and Maine even has that.
Yeah, that Seaboard one does too.
Yeah. The Boston and Maine's also got the number boards.
That's pretty nifty.
Yeah. Honestly, as far as affordable SW8s, that's impressive. And the 8618, that's I've got a couple of
Um,
O gauge Strasbourg box cars I think would be pretty good.
yeah, I'm fairly shocked to see those road specific details at the price point.
Yeah. Honestly, that's pretty good. That's why I think Lionel does that on these built to order models, because it's like, all right, how many of these can we realistically do?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, honestly, that's good on him. So these are the memes that we've been seeing. Um,
That's $2,500 for something that just looks like a toy.
$2,500 for an officially licensed Acela. You know what? Sure. I even appreciate how it's 2021 up there with the set. Yeah. So you could have a full 6 car set for $3,500. Okay. We can go with that.
That's like crack money.
Honestly, that is crack money, because I at least hope that it would be able to operate off of the true overhead wires like Max can do on his railroad.
Oh
Even the
yeah.
Acela concept scheme that was kicked around in the '90s that never happened.
Oh, didn't it get applied to that experimental one?
No,
Oh,
no, they never they never
there
did
was an
that.
experimental one. No, I'm thinking of the ice one.
Yeah, the ICE, which I would even
Yeah,
take that. Also, I appreciate if someone pulled this up in the comments. That is accurate to 8657.
that's pretty cool actually.
Yeah,
Especially for the $500.
yeah. But meanwhile, a $2,500 Acela set. I mean, the concept scheme I like personally. I think that looks fine, but not at that
Oh
price
yeah.
point.
It's so cool. It
Yeah,
looks better than the original.
it honestly it does, because I didn't really care for the way Acela did. But wait, there's more Acelas. Where do we? Oh, did you want an Acela in the McGinnis scheme?
But like we don't go the whole way. We just go part of the way.
Yeah, we just go to the. Oh my God! In the words of Patrick McGinnis, absolute baloney. Or the Hiawatha.
Like, these would be sweet for $200 tops.
Why? It's not even electrified from Chicago to Milwaukee. Oh my god, that's disgusting.
I'm of the opinion that this would have been cool if it was $200.
Oh no.
And this is coming from the person that bought one of those bootleg NRFF shirts. Like, it got shipped today, by the way.
Oh jeez, I haven't even seen my oh, people are saying turn the page, turn the page. I'm scared. Oh no!
No.
Oh
No.
my god.
How did
Why?
this miss the rounds of memes? Because I saw those other ones.
There's
How did this
a Santa Fe
how did this escape?
Union Pacific M10,000.
Look at that Pennsylvania one.
Okay, the Pennsylvania one doesn't piss me off as much because sure, that's the only one that's plausible.
Okay, that's like parallel universe
Yeah,
for like different degrees.
that'd be like Pennsylvania Metroliner 5 or something. Oh my lord.
And it really doesn't help that this like Acela look, like the Acela model itself, like looks weird. Like
Yeah.
it's too short.
Oh my lord.
Like the power cars are too short
Oh.
and the cars are too short.
The more I look at the Santa Fe version, the more brain cells I lose. Yeah.
It's like looking at it's like taking a drug. It's like
Oh my lord.
ah, they look like they slapped those F-59 eyes
Yeah.
on the front.
Who th- who who greenlit this? I mean, the Pennsylvania one, like, what even does it for me is the fact that you have the power cars being their own, like, the pinstripe, like, oh my god,
They could have at least gone with the silver and red,
yeah, like the
like they
congressional
had
scheme,
that
like on some
one that
GG
was printed up.
ones. Oh, oh my god. Now we got to make a GG1 in the Acela paint scheme.
Please,
That wouldn't be as offensive because
please.
I think that this would translate reasonably well onto a GG1.
Maybe it would be cursed.
Well, good thing I have Photoshop and Train Simulator. I can make that happen. Unlike these real things that are going into production.
They're not even made to order.
Oh, that's the worst part.
So these are going to languish in hobby shops. And then someday, like 20 years from now, someone will buy one because the store is closing and it's 90% off.
90% off would be like, what, $250? I can't do math.
And that's worth it.
Hold on. You're
Maybe.
giving no. No. Oh, my lord. Moving on.
Like I would get that Hiawatha one for
Oh,
200 bucks.
palette cleanser. Oh, thank God. And they give
Oh,
me a
nice.
nickel plate road set on the next page. Oh,
Oh, I love that speeder.
yeah. Uh, Meanwhile, for $1,000, you could get a nice nickel plate SW with a ballast tamper on a flat car, a couple of maintenance away cars, which are generic, but my records on nickel plate maintenance away at least are accurate.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like it's not bad. I mean, how do you mess up a maintenance away train?
you don't, but
Exactly.
that's okay. I can get down with that.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
I mean, I kind of object to the fact that it's a
Oh,
TMCC,
look,
huh?
it works. The
Yeah,
ballast tamper functions.
yeah. I think that's a rehash of maybe a General Mills era accessory. I'm
It's
not.
pretty cool.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's a good way to cleanse the palate. Give me something nickel plate related that's at least accurate.
That is pretty good.
Yeah. And then meanwhile, we have the Asa Packer, which I straight up misread as Ass Packer set for the Lehigh Valley. Yeah. Which, okay,
I
sure.
don't know. What was the Asa Packer that color? I could have sworn it was like red,
Honestly, it may have been that particular color.
at least for a little while.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I'm not a huge, Lehigh Valley guy.
Yeah. Yeah, but I just hold on. I love how it says here the clickety clack sounds in motion. Is this like a thing that people are no longer like leaving just a little bit of a gap in between their rails and their model railroads so that way, you can hear it make authentic clickety clack as opposed to artificially manufacturing it?
Does that mean that it's gonna have like that really awful like speaker in every car, and it's gonna have like an overdone sound so you can't even hear any of the other things?
No, it's just the diner.
But then that's weird.
Yeah. Meanwhile, on the bottom, we have the New Hope and Ivyland represented with a set, which that's a little bit of a welcome shocker.
I do like that. They've got an attractive paint scheme.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't been out to the NH&I yet, but I mean, I've seen
One of
some.
these days.
Yeah, no kidding. I've seen the videos, and I'm like, all right, yeah, sure. I look at that
One of
now.
these days when they're running steam.
Yeah, honestly though, it makes you wonder if they're selling a Jeep 30 with a passenger set for a clean $1,000. If we'll see anything with the Lehigh Gorge follow,
That would be cool.
especially with those Reading arch roofs. I mean, you just think about that. We
It
saw.
would it would be weird if they didn't.
I mean, we did see three arch roofs, two of the open car ones.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, okay, sure. I honestly can roll with that. That's to any NH&I guys. There you go.
It looks good.
And then, really, okay.
Huh.
So this one I actually know a little bit about. This is the 1926 Cardinals set. Um, I do believe that is right for a New York Central Pacific to have been at the helm for it because this was like right before the dawn of the Hudsons. But these Pullmans were cranked out in these special red Pullman, this red scheme. I forget what the yeah, it was for a cardinal that was the Pope's representative in 1926, and they had this huge celebration with it.
It's a nice look.
Yeah, honestly,
I'm a fan, but I'm also just a huge N&W guy, and they look like N&W cars.
that is quite true. But as far as the cardinal, that's something that's oddball. Like someone was on themetrains.com.
Yeah.
Yeah, honestly, a
If
little.
anyone out there has anything about the Ford dealers train of 1928, please hit me up.
What
I
is the
have the
Ford
menu.
dealers train?
What'd you say?
What is that?
So in the late 20s, Ford had run this train across all around, I think, the eastern seaboard. I think all around the nation too. I'm not entirely sure. But they invited every single Ford dealer to have this all expenses paid train trip up to Detroit to see some stuff.
Nice.
I think it was to have a meeting, a big old meeting. But the reason why I have it is because someone had kept their menu and they had written that it was behind an N&W mountain. I think it was a K
Huh.
on there.
That is interesting.
It's pretty neat. I don't know the full story. Details are extremely scarce.
Yeah,
All I know is that it definitely ran somewhere here in the state of Virginia on the Norfolk and Western.
That's worth
And it was
looking
called
into.
the Ford Dealers Train.
Huh. That's worth looking into. And then we have this Santa Fe Flyer.
That's weird. I mean, I don't know if that's like real or not, but it looks kind of funky.
Now I know that paint scheme was applied to a Santa Fe steam locomotive with a high headlight, but
I don't know about those cars. I feel like those would have been by that point, 39 lightweight cars.
let's do a very quick Google search.
Oh man,
Okay.
that's weird.
1939 to 1940 Valley Flyer. Okay. All right, well. I guess that's the thing with Lionel. It's one step forward, two steps back.
I mean, it looks fake, but it turns out the real thing also looks fake. So
Yeah. It's just one of those things. It's like, oh, I guess that's realistic. Weird. Huh.
like it just scream like I guess it's because Lionel always uses it for like their fantasy steam.
Yeah.
Like if they make a new steam engine, they're going to put it in a Valley Flyer set.
Yeah. Wow. They actually got it right.
Looks good though.
It does look good. Okay.
Okay, so there is an original. Okay, that makes sense.
Okay, so here's the cringe Uncle Sam set we saw to begin with, which that's utterly disgusting.
I like the blue, and I like the gold accents.
I
It's
do
just hideous.
I do like the concept of the scheme. I do appreciate that we have the original Camden and Amboy version
Oh yeah.
as preserved. And this is a particular interest to me. They have the Pennsylvania Railroad version. This would have been accurate to the 1939 World's Fair, I believe.
Yeah.
Because the top one should be the Pennsy one is the replica. Because it even says
Yeah.
Pennsylvania with the Camden and Amboy.
Didn't they also? I thought this would have been built for. I wasn't the Parade of the Iron Horse B&O's thing in the 20s. I thought they
Uh,
built it.
I think
There is at least a replica for it. I think.
I think that was the original.
Oh, was it?
That might have been the
Oh,
original because they. I want to make sure I get the history on this, and anyone can correct me in the comments, and please do. The Pennsylvania replica steamed on and off because that was built in the 1930s for the 39 World's Fair. Um, but the original Camden and Amboy one that is at the Smithsonian, I believe, because the replica is at Strasbourg, they did steam it in 1985 at 150 years old, and it's I believe it was the last time you'll ever would have seen that under steam.
I wouldn't put it past them to try it. Within the next couple, with like
Yeah,
2031 for that 200th anniversary.
I feel like we'd
Because
see the
according to the little
replica.
sidebar here, it's still operable.
Yeah, yeah. The original remains in D.C. Yeah, the Pennsylvania replica.
I mean, it's not like it would be that hard to get out.
No.
You know, I mean, it would fit through the doorway that it sits in.
Yeah. Yeah.
I wouldn't put it past the Smithsonian to like set up a tiny Lupa track in the National Mall.
Yeah. Yeah. Here you go. Marking an unprecedented 150 years of operation as the world's oldest operational steam locomotive.
And even if it does still need work, I mean, it's like it's basically a barrel
Yeah.
with a fire in it. Like it wouldn't be a difficult like
Yeah.
fix.
What's interesting to note, they talk about the unprecedented 150 years, is that in the United Kingdom, in particular, on the Festiniog and Tal Lynn Railway. Hold on. Sorry about that,
Bless you.
viewers. Twice.
Bless you.
Thank you. Those locomotives are approaching 150, and we're just like, yep, keep them going.
Wow.
So yeah, honestly, that's a
Same
pretty
with those Mount Washington cog engines. They're
yeah
from the 1870s.
yeah. Honestly, I think after going with a general, that's pretty good. Um, I do appreciate that they say straight up that it's conventional control only because I don't think they could have packed any of that in there.
Maybe one of the cars.
Maybe, but eh, Honestly, good on them. Then we have the Rio Grande Ski Train.
That's fun.
Sure. I know Rapido is doing a way more accurate version of this in HO, so y'all can knock yourself out with that. Rio
That
Grande.
is pretty fun.
Oh yeah, Rio Grande Bumblebee is just iconic.
Oh yeah.
Let me move into some more conventional freight cars. I've never in my life heard of the LCL service on the Pensy, but okay.
Really? I think I've seen pictures of it. Why are they $200 a car?
Why the hell are those 200? Oh, because these are Vision box cars. Box cars have never been this much fun. Well, for $200, they better can be. These cars' colorful paint schemes were meant to help draw the attention to critical handling of their loads. Okay, why is
One
it
of them is
$200?
literally black.
Yup. Colorful.
I do like that eagle one
No.
though.
Oh yeah, the Mopac Eagles are always nice. Plays three
Oh yeah.
different loading and unloading terminal sequences at stops. Plays freight sounds with volume control. Never
That's
been,
ridiculous.
yeah, never been this much fun. Lionel literally made, let's see here, there was the unloading milk car, there was the horse cattle car that was way more entertaining than that.
I have this gondola that they made, a gondola and log car that dates back from the mid 1930s. And it's like so much fun.
Yeah,
It moves and it like unloads itself. It's cool.
yeah,
I think that's more fun than something that plays a stupid noise.
yeah. It's like for $200, I'm like, no, I can get post-war operational accessories for that money.
Yeah.
But
Like it won't look as cool, but it's more fun.
meanwhile, we've got,
Well, no, I guess it would look cooler
yeah,
because they are usually like fun colors.
yeah. Meanwhile, we've got nice gondolas of various paint schemes.
I don't know if I've ever seen a CSX gondola in the silver scheme.
I want to say I have, but
I want to say that's a hopper scheme.
yeah, I want to say maybe, but I wouldn't be 100% sure on that. Meanwhile, keeping up with the Coors car we saw earlier, we've got specifically beer cars.
Those just look like the 60 foots
Yeah,
or 60-foot cars.
yeah, in various paint schemes with and without graffiti, which for BNSF and Golden West being out in California, the graffiti is accurate to Los Angeles.
I don't know. That's not graffitied enough.
No kidding. I can still read the reporting marks.
And it looks weird with it not being weathered with all that graffiti.
Yeah, yeah. Honestly, that's a very fair point. Meanwhile, we've got tool cars of
I see
hey.
a nice W one.
I think it's the first Norfolk and Western item we've seen this entire catalog.
I think it is. I haven't seen anything in NW, not even in the diesel options.
That's painful. Now, did you guys actually have the green maintenance away cars for that though, or?
Yeah, they were
Oh,
green. A lot of sometimes it'd be towards the end of Steam. Like at first, for the first many years, they were green, and then they turned white sometime in the 40s or 50s,
huh.
and then they went back to being green in the 60s, and then they're white again because now they're trailers.
Weird. Also have a Chesapeake and Ohio variant, CNJ, Canadian Pacific, which Garrett would be very happy about if he was here.
Why? I thought he's always railing against Canadian Steam.
No, Canadian National. He loves Canadian Pacific.
Foamer.
CN's where it's at, especially with Grand Trunk. And he's not here to fight me on that. Oh, this is a whole thing. So you've got
Oh, good.
tool cars, kitchen cars, and bunk cars.
That's not bad. I'm actually kind of into this.
All consistent. Now, worth noting, they're all $100, $150, $100. So,
You know, stupid money, but
3-car siding will set you back. But,
yeah.
you've got that. Standard double doors.
That's a weird N&W gondola.
Now, wouldn't that be maintenance away, though? Because that's got a ballast load.
It'd have been a orange or black.
Huh.
with that later scheme on it.
Yeah,
Yeah, because that's the Helvetica scheme of the 70s.
yeah. What's jarring to me is that these look like 027 renders, but these are listed as scale with for that being a
Yeah,
41-foot gon.
that does look weird.
Yeah, especially with the Pensy. Like, if that's the render, it's like the lettering's way too big on that. But huh,
Those look like toys.
yeah, something seems off about those models. I'd like to see one of those in stores and be like, all right, is that more accurate or is that not?
Yeah,
Meanwhile, there's not much to say about the double standards. Detroit and Mackinac, I approve of that. Kind of pulled that.
I think it's so weird that anytime that you see anything, like anything Lionel does, every time, every catalog you'll see something Detroit and Mackinac.
There's not many Detroit and Mackinac fans out there.
Nope, but every time
Yeah.
it's like, oh, this is our token obscure road. Like it.
Yeah, and I'm just like, yeah. Meanwhile,
You know,
TMCC
a couple years ago, I caught a ferry at the old Detroit and Mackinac car docks in St. Ignace and
really.
Mackinac City. Yeah.
Hmm. I need to make it up to the UP. Meanwhile, here's your ballast tampers you were looking at.
Check out that War Bonnet speeder.
I here's the thing is that you could make fun of that, but honestly, if you've ever seen any of the speeder guys and like their little conventions they do on like abandoned lines, seeing these crazy schemes on speeders is realistic to a degree.
Yeah,
Like
but you gotta be like it.
it's prototypical for somebody. It looks silly, but they're speeders.
I do kind of like that Baltimore, Ohio one though.
Yeah. It's kind of like those stupid egg liners that Bachman does. There's so many off the wall schemes. You just have to throw your hands up and just embrace it.
Yeah, I still think they're so ugly though.
You're not
Those
wrong
egg
there.
letters.
Meanwhile, you've got the iconic ballast tampers.
Why are they $200?
Because they're TMCC, so that way they'd be compatible with any legacy system as opposed to straight conventional.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's pretty cool.
yeah. You got an NS1, Conrail, CSX. Isn't that nice?
Interesting they don't have a Southern
No,
because they're the ones that invented that, didn't they?
maybe. I don't know. So, O gauge? I thought we were in O20.
What is that? Wait, go back.
That?
It's not even on the track.
Yeah. Oh my god. That's also clearly. Oh, you can. Oh, that's a JPEG.
Oh, they left the crust on.
Yeah, it's not on the track because it's not there. It's not real.
They left the crust on.
Yeah. All right, now to the conventional O gauge stuff, which, sure, this is the affordable range, I guess. It's the new
I'm
line,
ready.
yeah, the Line Chief 2.0 semi-scale stuff, which I have a loving relationship with because they're aw baby K4s.
Oh, look at that. Is that supposed to be bronze or Tuscan?
Oh, that's the Tuscan.
Why?
I mean, if it's anything to go off, Garrett has that. It's accurate.
But it's weird.
Yeah, I know his version's weird too, but semi-scale K4s though. I can
I
get
do like those black ones.
yeah, I can actually get down with that for 550.
Yeah.
Especially because my grandpa's
Especially
got
if it's
a
like on the used market, that's like an easy like $200.
oh yeah, that my grandpa's got a 5-car Williams Congressional that's O gauge as opposed to O scale, and it's like, yeah, that would look great behind that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Honestly, the best part is with this new Line Chief 2.0, it's basically legacy sounds in the newish Lionel Lion Chief remote, and it's like, all right, yeah, sure.
That's not too bad.
Honestly, I'm all for Pensy prototypes. That gets a pass from me. Well, keeping right along with it, we're getting also, that's only 550. Not bad.
That's not bad. I mean, I was looking into getting an engine, like a steam engine for my set before I bought the tin plate, and it was like, wow, that's like $1,000 for a steam engine.
No kidding. Meanwhile, you can get some Alco RS3s for 375 in the scale market. You can get your Southern, pretty much anything. Atlantic Coastline always looks good.
It's pretty classic. I
Yeah.
mean, pretty standard. You can't go wrong. They're flashy.
No.
Maybe not that B&O one as flashy, but they're nice.
Yeah. Meanwhile, oh, and then you have the Thomas range.
Oh, they got the. Oh, they made Thomas look weird.
Yeah. Honestly, the only redeeming thing I can say about this is that the Percy we had running 20 027 freight cars at the Columbus show last January. Percy is stupidly strong. That's the only thing I'll
But
say about that.
how?
I don't understand.
How much are
Meanwhile,
they wanting for him?
uh, Percy by himself is 120.
That's pretty cheap.
Yeah, get a Bachmann version at least. Meanwhile, you can get box cars with the engines on them. Whatever, sure. Oh no.
Yo, Buzz and Woody.
Okay. I actually like how the aquarium car's the Pizza Planet truck. Okay,
Yeah, that is pretty funny.
that's yeah,
I'm a fan of these kids ones. This is kind of fun.
yeah. Okay, sure. Click here for sounds. Humor me.
Please let this be good.
Toy Story music. Wait, hold on.
No
Hey,
way.
howdy, hey! I'm Sheriff Woody. Time to round us up an adventure.
Okay.
That's someone trying to be Tom Hanks.
I think Tom Hanks's brother does it for the merchandising. That sounds like it's coming out of a Game Boy.
They couldn't even get the real music.
What? What on earth?
How did they license this and then like have to go with like sound-alike music, like Fubi music?
Yeah, like I have seen Toy Story. I've grown up with the franchise. Literally, it came out a year before I was born. Like that is not
How?
Toy Story music. But wait, there's more Pixar collaborations.
Lightning McQueen, Lion Chief. Awesome.
The only one that makes sense is the Finding Nemo aquarium car. Like, sure, okay.
I love the Lightning McQueen Diesel.
That is so.
That's hilarious.
Can I program it so it has Owen Wilson saying "Wow"?
Wow. Oh,
Okay.
beautiful.
Oh, that's Frozen 2.
Oh God. Oh, thank God that doesn't say what I thought it said.
What'd you think it said?
I thought it said Olaf's furry tank,
No, that's Flurry. Thank God.
but it says flurry. I
Okay.
thought it said furry.
The less we look at that, the better. John Deere. Okay, less cringe.
Oh, there's one of those dealerships that's like that architectural style.
Yeah.
On my way to work.
Nice.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah. Well, think about this. When we were up in Wisconsin with Sioux Line 1003, where Garrett's Gator comes from and is actually in Horicon, Wisconsin, where we were at.
Really?
Yeah, on our charter, we were in Horicon and we drove past the John Deere stuff. So these had Gators in it. I'd be like, all right.
Well, that's pretty cool.
But yeah, sure. John Deere. Cool. Hogwarts Express. Cool.
Nifty. Not much to say about it.
Honestly, this is speaking as a British guy, I would just stick with the Hornby version because I can get it accurate and get it in 00.
Would it be less than $424.99?
Honestly, I think for that money, I could get the engine with sound, all 5 cars that go with it for that money. But, you know.
You know. And it'd probably look better too.
Yeah, they did do a good job with it, but it's like, even still, it's a little...
A little.
not my cup of
A little
tea.
funky.
Do you need a Halloween set? Because, you know,
I've always wanted a bootleg USRA 080.
yeah. Featuring a covered bridge with Boneyard Soda, featuring such flavors as Reaper Raspberry, Killer Kiwi, Petrified Peach, and Grizzly Grape.
Why are they making advertisements for fake things?
That's almost fascinating. That's okay. Meanwhile, you can get a...
Wait, go back.
Huh.
The kerning on the flickering says fucker.
Oh, oh, that's not good from a distance, guys.
No, it is not.
All right. Kids, here's your free graphic design lesson. These are things you learn in college. Kerning is the space between two letters. The L and the I are a little too close together, looking like a U, creating a subliminal message that you did not intend. Now, if you had just a little bit more of a gap there, you could clearly tell those are two letters.
And if they had just chosen a different font, it wouldn't have been a problem.
Yeah. Need a train to go around your Halloween tree. Yeah.
I wouldn't pass people this year. Most of my neighbors that put up Christmas lights, they're still up.
Yeah. You know, they're just prepping for 2021, I guess.
Yeah.
But, you know, meanwhile, all of your...
Is this for people who have Halloween layouts?
I've never met anyone who has a Halloween layout.
Because there's like $1,500 at least of stuff here.
Yeah. That's, you know... Oh, good, a NASA set.
That's fun. They should have done the SW8, like in real life.
Yeah. You know,
That would
rocket
have been pretty
fuel.
cool.
I mean, if this was NASA, I'd do the NASA engine, patch it out for SpaceX, and call it a day.
Honestly, that would be pretty cool.
Just patch...
Two, for like a, you know, like 2 for 1 or whatever.
Yeah. Just have Elon
Like
Musk in the cab just going...
Yeah. It'd be weird.
Yeah. Okay, Area 51. Hey, remember that time we were all supposed to raid Area 51 and Naruto run in there?
And then only like 2 people did it.
Yeah, there you go. This is it.
Nah.
I mean, if you live out in Roswell, this is a set for you, but you know. Or if you're a Trekkie.
That's fun.
Do you watch Star Trek?
I do.
How do
A
you
little.
How do you feel about this? Better yet, how do you feel about a chasing gondola of Picard, Riker, and Q using cutouts where they're clearly standing? So unless they're can these guys like levitate or something? Because how are they moving around if they're just standing there?
They're getting beamed up in a circle.
Like, so if you turn the traction beam sideways, it would just whoop.
Yeah.
Okay, sure. Meanwhile, you can get a USS Enterprise F unit with a holodeck aquarium car sick bay. Or a holodeck 03 where they Star Trek characters visit a Old West train station. I don't watch Trek. What on earth?
This is very bizarre.
I don't think this. I don't know anything about the show, but
I don't think the people who made this know anything about the show either.
Well, okay, let's listen to the sound effects. Are these accurate?
Miss LaForge, prepare to initiate warp drive. Maintain course. Make it so.
Make it so.
That was a Flash game sound effect.
That's the locomotive's bell.
That's awful.
Let's make sure history never forgets the name Enterprise.
And let's make sure we forget the set exists. Oh god, there's more.
We can't.
No, we can't because there's the Deep Space Line, the Voyager, the Next Generation, the Tribble transport car. What is a Tribble?
I don't know. I don't like that.
I don't like any of that. Oh, thank God, something for the alcoholics. Budweiser. Oh, there we go.
Wow.
So, at least with the Budweiser, like that's. I mean, obviously, I don't like beer, but at least that's local to Columbus, somewhat.
Is it?
Yeah.
No,
On the famed Burt line of Columbus, they actually interchange with Anheuser Busch and where they make Budweiser.
no.
I've
I
seen
thought that would have been a Milwaukee thing.
no, I've seen CSX drop off a car there. So, do we have any?
That's,
Wow, actual regular crew talk on that one.
that sucks. I was hoping they'd get something like alcoholic.
No.
Like, they say it, but it's like
Yep.
their like speech is slurred.
Violating Rule G, the website. Oh my God. Yeah. Sure. Although I will say though, the one thing I'll give pros to this for a lot of these starter sets is that they're including a tier 4 Gevo as opposed to the Trekkie set where you have an F unit or a GP38. Like at least with kids, and I don't know why I'm talking about kids recognizing a train on the Budweiser set, but my point stands. You'll at least be able to say, ah, yes, a tier 4 Gevo. If you're a little kid or you're a parent taking your kid trackside, you're more than likely going to be able to see a tier 4 Gevo than you are a Jeep 38. So
Really?
that makes sense for a starter set,
That's true.
because like our starter sets were like GP 38s, and you could possibly see one on a road train when we were kids.
Yeah, that is true. Yeah, my first train was, I think, a Jeep 38,
Yeah,
Santa Fe Jeep 30.
nice. Meanwhile, you've got more Anheuser Busch.
Nice.
Sure. There we go. But yeah, going with the Kansas City Southern, get a tier 4 Gevo. Just works like
I
that.
don't hate that C&O freight set. I think that's pretty cool.
I appreciate how it's 2765 as well.
I say that as an Appalachian foamer.
Yeah. Honestly, as far as the CNO set goes, it's like, yeah, that gets the gist of it done pretty well.
Yeah, like I wouldn't mind if there's an NW set just like it.
No, and that's only $400 for Lion Chief.
Not bad.
No. I mean, you have the incorrect headlight for a CNO variant, but it doesn't matter
yeah.
that much.
But check out that prototype. Not that box car, but the other box car.
Yeah.
That's prototypical.
What, the guy walking on top or the paint scheme?
The paint scheme.
Oh. Also with the Chessie cat.
Yeah. It's pretty cool.
Yeah. Meanwhile, getting back to the fun of a Lionel set, right there, a operating Lionel dump car with a new version of a Scout. Okay.
I do like that.
Yeah.
I do like that. I think I've got the 1930s version of that set.
Yeah.
Except mine's a 262 or 26. No, I think it's a 264.
Yeah. Well, the set me and my grandpa are restoring for our friends. They've got the late '40s version of the dumper of that side dump car when it was a little bit thicker. Yeah. Along with we have the 264. It's 2026, I think.
I've got the 10 plate side dump car.
Yeah. But even
That's pretty nifty.
With the iconic product like the Lionel Gateman.
Oh yeah.
Forever.
I like that station platform too.
Oh yeah, I mean that's classic, tried and true Lionel. Like that's what you want to keep with. Let's go with the old thing.
That's cool.
Well, keeping with Lionel, what train set is there out there that I think everybody has to have at least one Santa Fe war bonnet on their layout? I think it's just like
I did for the longest time. It broke.
I think it's an unspoken like law that we all have one. So,
yeah.
Offering the classic
at some point in your life.
Yeah.
But I think my first two trains, my first one was a Jeep 38 that was in a Fubi war bonnet. And then my second one was a Jeep 38. Not a Jeep 38. An N-scale 060T
There we go.
that said Santa Fe on it.
Nice. Yeah. The
That's not bad.
classic Super Chief set. Meanwhile, oh,
That's garish.
if you just got rid of the logos, you have a
Oh
perfectly
yeah, if you get rid of the logos,
that's
sweet.
perfectly
But that's
acceptable.
pretty garish.
I've seen the Blue Comet set like in person. It's not as
Mhm.
offensive when it's the Atlantic, because at least it's like the old train set version of it. Because back in the day, really I've seen 460s that are rebuilt as the 462s and how squat they made original engines. It harkens back to that, but it's still like, eh. What else we got? U.S. Army set, Pennsylvania set. These have been regulars in the line for years now.
Oh yeah.
I think since Lion Chief was introduced, they've been selling them. And then, well, you've got more Tier 4 sets, which, that NS one, I think that right there would be your perfect starter set for any family. Like, especially if you live on an NS line, that'd be what you see with a perfect representation. Manifest auto
Yep.
racks and stacks.
That's pretty nice.
Yeah. That's only $400, so it's reasonably affordable.
Yeah, especially if you're like looking in, like if you're specifically looking for something like that.
Yeah.
And on the used market, I mean, if you just stick with Facebook Marketplace, you could probably find one for 40, $50.
Yeah, maybe. That'd be even still if that was like in the ballpark of $100, that'd be even better.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then you go
Eh.
from that, and then you go to like the Alaska set where you get a Jeep 38 or even a U-boat in the Lehigh Valley, and it's like, what's a Lehigh Valley? What's in Alaska? The kids ain't gonna recognize that.
If you do, if you are familiar with the Alaska, I think you would
Yeah.
like you would get that Jeep 38.
If you've been on vacation to Alaska, which I haven't.
Yeah, me neither.
Yeah.
That Lehigh Valley one is kind of weird.
Yeah, it's a little off-putting.
Looks like the Hulk.
Yes. I've got Lion Chief 440s being sold. You can get the now there's a harkening back to the post-war era with an updated version of the General.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
that's pretty nifty.
it's about the same tooling, and then a Pennsylvania variant because I guess we're caring about Pennsylvania 440s.
Isn't that what the Leviathan's getting painted into?
Yeah, I don't know when they're gonna do it, but the eventual goal is to paint Leviathan looking like that, which I'm here for.
I mean, it's a Pennsylvania branch line.
Yeah.
I'd be down for it.
Meanwhile, you've got some 080s of varying railroads. Okay. Well, and this is something that really blew me away because looking at the prices on these, that's only $220 for a straight up 080.
Not bad.
Honestly, that's the thing. Lionel's bringing their price points down a little bit, and I am okay with that. Like those U-boats,
Okay, I would not pay $220 for that U-boat.
not for that Jeep 38 though.
That Jeep 38, that's fine.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
I appreciate how the cat meowed when the chassis system was on screen.
Yeah, Chessie's trying to get back in.
Well, we'll let her in.
Stupid cat.
Meanwhile, I can sing the praises of the Looney Tunes range, which, of all the silly Foobies, I give Looney Tunes a pass because, they're my favorite cartoons of all time.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
My favorites are Tom and Jerry.
There you go. Hello, Chessie. Meanwhile, yeah. All the basic ones, including my favorite one, Robin Hood Daffy. It's probably my favorite short they've ever done.
Really?
Oh, yeah. They got Scooby-Doo ones. That's a way to use the license.
Yeah. Not bad. Ow, ow, ow.
I'm just going to open up the screen there so we can see the cat.
Well, here he is.
There's Chessie. So the 20 of you watching and made it this far, this is your reward. One cat. One cat with its butt in John's face.
My name's not John.
Jonah, John Railroad. John Railroad is what it should be.
That's true.
He is just happy to be there. Can you even see right now?
I can.
Just get used to
Barely,
this.
but I can.
Yes.
Yeah, now I can see. Bat signal.
Now, of all the stupid plug-and-play accessories, a rotary bat signal beacon gets a
That's
pass.
hilarious.
That gets a pass.
I think it's hilarious.
Yes. Meanwhile, you can get the classic 60s Batman villains. See, personally, I like how you have the Joker one. If you know, I don't think you're going to get that with Jared Leto. But hey,
Nope.
talking about those dealerships, you can get some Ford and Chevy versions.
Yeah, we've got there's one on my way to work, just like one of those dealerships.
Yeah.
It's a used car lot now, but it's got that same
Front.
architecture.
Yeah, the same facade.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Queen City Ford and Cohen Chevrolet. Well, that's nice.
It's not bad.
Not at all. Nice. That's a nice use of licensing. Meanwhile, you have some anniversary ones. They have a commemorative 50th anniversary of the Amtrak with a nice box car.
That Erie one's a little weird. Wouldn't have expected them to do that, but
Yeah.
whatever. It's nice.
I'm here for the Erie one. Meanwhile, I
Yeah.
think this is the Angela Trotta Thomas. I think that's their in-house artist.
Huh.
I'd have to check on that, but
Yeah, 40s?
yeah, doing like their painted things, and you have Battlefield, just for your military enthusiasts. You can tell this is the military section because they especially make sure the USA one is prominent.
This is the boomer page.
Yeah, boomer page. Well, so is 60s Batman, but here we are.
Well, yeah, but that at least has at least some of those have the appeal.
No, this is the boomer page because this is
Oh, yeah.
pinups. I'm not even zooming in on it because, sure.
Who cares?
Yeah. The vintage Miller High Life, that, okay, sure, that I can get it down with. Pinups, really, on your model railroad, you don't need that. Like, those just, like, that car arrives and it's the same guy who'll be like, my wife is bad person, I hate my wife.
I wish my wife looked like this.
Yeah, no kidding. That's the Wings of Angels, Victoria, Casey, and Jesse. Sure.
Oh.
Okay, Lionel. Meanwhile, we continue the presidents of the United States, with the most recent one being LBJ, President Arthur and Pierce.
Why?
Because they're doing all of them, and funnily enough, they've only gone up to Reagan. They haven't progressed beyond there.
What's with the French flag design?
I think it's supposed to be just a generic gradient, but
That's just the French flag.
that is just the French flag.
That's hilarious.
Oh my lord. I've also never zoomed in on these, but they're kind of morbid. It's like, where they were born, what they did, their career, died, and then it lists you where they're buried at. Like, okay, sure.
It's a freight car. It's a toy train car,
Yeah.
not a Wikipedia article.
Yeah. Meanwhile, getting back into at least the toy industry, this is the one thing I'll applaud. They're doing 6 packs of hoppers for $1.50.
That's great for
So-
train shows.
Yeah, $1.50, which works out to an even $25 a car, which that's kind of like the Menards effect. Like, that's Menards pricing for 027
Yeah.
cars.
That's in scale price.
Yeah.
Like a decent N scale freight car, you're probably out 20, 25 bucks.
Yeah, plus not to mention if you got that six pack in the N&W, you'd get six different road numbers.
Exactly.
And just have an instant little train to go off that, even with these ore cars at the same price. Good on them for that. Meanwhile, what do we have? American style blonde ale, Lionel blonde ale. Don't create a fictional ale if you're not going to sell it.
God.
Yeah. Oh, jeez, Jake is in the chat. Lyndon B. Johnson is a literal clout chaser. Yeah, technically, yeah. Well, I've got
He had the longest dick of any U.S. president.
the guy would crap with the toilet, with the door open to the toilet in the White House and host meetings.
Yeah.
That is,
He also used to just pull out his thing and
yeah.
just hold it in his hand and be like, "So."
He had an intimidation factor. Seriously, this is all the alternative history that they don't teach in most schools. If you bother to do a deep dive on LBJ, it's a fascinating weirdo of a
That
man.
guy.
Yeah. Well, nickel plate flat car. That's normal.
That's fine.
Yeah. Hey, do you want to personalize your layout?
I can't say I do in that way.
Do you want a world's greatest cat boxcar with a picture of Chessie on it?
Look at that awful picture that they chose. It's like that one cat that's like, like it's like facing
Yeah.
forward.
I don't know if you can read. It's so pixelated, but where there's the custom text you can put in there, it says, "Does this boxcar make me look fat or am I just fluffy?"
It's awful.
Sure.
Okay, it's like $90.
For a custom one.
I can't be but so mad.
Yeah. Meanwhile, we just got done with Christmas, but here we have the entire Christmas section.
That says New York Central on it.
No, that's the North Pole Central.
That's bizarre.
Oh, God.
Ooh.
Oh, no. $2,500 for a Polar Express Acela?
And that's the Western Maryland Scenic Polar Express scheme.
What especially hurts is that's got the official licensing on it. Oh, man.
It says hard on it. Ah!
Oh, that's bad.
Ooh.
Meanwhile, in the somewhat normal range, you can at least get Pullmans. I feel like having Polar Express sleeping cars is a little bit of an oxymoron, like goes against the movie. But
And they're also $210.
yeah, gonna give a hard pass on that. But wait, there's more Polar Express apparently.
Oh God.
I mean, you at least have the classic, like the 027 set. Like, you know what? Yeah, sure, that's fine with me. I don't know why you need a freight set with 080 1224, but here we are.
It doesn't even say like North Pole toys. Like that would be like cool. Like, that'd be a
Yeah,
fun gift. A fun around the Christmas tree thing, but
yeah,
it just says Polar Express like 8 times.
yeah. The Polar Express. At least I can get down with this, where it's like a operational present car, like it works on milk car logic, where it's like, okay, we can unload, it'll eject them out.
Yeah.
That's fun enough.
And I like that like present slide. That's from the movie.
Yeah, that at
I
least
like
alludes to the movie, so I'll give him credit on that.
that looks pretty cool.
Yeah. The thing that really, this is the first time they've done this in a hot minute, but they're offering both the a couple of years ago they changed the roof to have snow on it, versus if you had the originals, which I do, you had just the straight black roof.
That's pretty cool. I do like the skiing hobo
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah, but they changed up the roof thing, so it's like if they come out with new versions, it's like, well, I can't get those because that completely throws off my set. That's 15 years old now. Oh my god,
Yeah.
it keeps going. How many? How they're gonna? At what point do they run out of Polar Express stuff? Like hot chocolate milk car, sure.
I'd imagine this is probably like half of their annual income.
Oh, it has to be. I mean, you got the station, which that is in the movie. They've got a flagpole, the brakeman with Tom Hanks. Well, lanky CGI Tom Hanks. Oh my lord.
Ugh.
And it just keeps going. Cabinets, Mickey Mouse Christmas. Because, of course. Christmas Light Express. I'll give them style points for the wreath around the headlight. Oh crap. Jonah froze. Heck. And we're vamping and we're vamping. Ay, ay, ay. Did I lose him? Yeah, jeez. Well, you know. Oop. There he is.
My internet cut.
Yeah,
It does sometimes.
yeah. But the wreath around 1225, that at least gets a pass for me. Or the 1220. I've seen a wreath thrown around 1225. So, you know, sure. Plausible. Oh, man, he keeps cutting out.
It'll do this for like a minute or two and then it'll be fine.
Yeah. Meanwhile, how many of these do you need light up fast track for your North Pole Central lines? He froze again, but I'm going to assume the answer is no. So, you know. Lionel's annual income. National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation, 30th anniversary boxcar. A Christmas Story.
There is so much Christmas.
They gotta make a killing off this. A custom storefront. More. How much is there?
Good Lord.
And we're still Sled X. Okay. That gets a pass.
That is pretty funny.
They get pun points there.
Yeah.
Uh, oh my god, it's just. Oh, thank God we're done with the Christmas section. On to regular buildings.
Oh, good.
Yeah,
I was getting really tired of the Christmas.
I was too. We were just going. This one almost works to go with that dealership that's by your house.
Yeah.
A little more generic. Yeah, more so classic.
I don't hate it.
No. Do you need the Sofa King mattress and furniture?
There's Sofa King funny.
Yeah. Sofa King Comedy Club. Dominant Jeans. McCartney's Wings. Sure.
Live and let fry.
Who let the Wings fans here? Okay. Meanwhile, do you need the tacos from the Laughing Cactus? I at least appreciate the churro stand. And going off that.
Look at the thing that says fake news.
Yeah. $125. Fake news. Ay, ay, ay. Make a killing off that. Oh, look, it's Strasbourg's J Tower, but not really. I don't know. The classic burning house.
That is nice.
Yes.
It was like 7.
Classic building kits. Homes. Tracks. You know, going off of the Strasbourg products, you can get a little Cherry Hill for $20.
No.
I'd pick that up.
Yeah, that's not bad.
Yeah. Yeah, just the classic. Ooh, even Strasbourg billboards. The funny thing is, I'd like to get a billboard holder. I'm just thinking, we could just print our own pictures with the Strasbourg logo on it for that.
Honestly, yeah.
I mean, we've all got so many pictures from that line. It's like, you know, you could do that, but you could also print your own. And I know where I could get PNGs of the logo. Yeah.
Wouldn't the train sets have the logo? I know the K&L ones would.
Oh yeah, they absolutely would.
Like the isolated logo.
Yeah, you could easily do that. Meanwhile, you've got your figures, including the still being marketed millennial figure pack, because, you know, my generation is marketable, apparently.
They're not.
You can get the selfie stick. You can get the girl having a selfie. Hipsters. You know, millennials. Fast track. But honestly, apart from
At least they're not making like a Gen Z.
what would I don't even
It's
know what
like
the
really
Gen Z
awful.
what would your Gen Z version be? Same thing with rainbow hair?
Rainbow hair, e-girls, e-boys.
Yeah. Honestly though, this is all aboard battery operated sets. What on earth? Oh no. Is this them selling out?
What is that?
A a dollar store Lionel set. 'Cause I saw this Hogwarts Express one at Books a Million over the holiday season, and that hurts.
How much are they charging for them?
I want to say this was like $50, and I can tell you that the front of the locomotive, like the tooling, is an old Triang Flying Scotsman with like a really weird jank tender and like Chinese coaches.
Interesting.
Like,
I think I had these sets in like a very tiny form.
yeah,
I think the tooling dates back to at least the 90s.
yeah, that's a little weird. Then, and apparently that's it for the Lionel 2021 catalog, and what is a bizarre and weak style entry into the year.
It's not as bad as I would have
Yeah,
expected.
I mean it's still a mixed bag. I don't know. It's pretty out there when it comes to some of the models in question, and particularly some of the paint jobs, especially with the Acela in question.
The Acela, the 210-10-2.
Yeah, I think Lionel's summary of this entire catalog was maybe one step forward, two steps back. But yeah, I'm pretty much for anyone who's still watching. I do want to thank you for making it this far. If you guys honestly drop a comment, let me know what you guys think of what's in this catalog, where your overall impressions were. I think we're gonna be turning off for the night. Jonah, good for tuning in. And he froze again, so you know that's just the way it be. But I do want to thank you guys for joining in. Let me know what you guys think. If you enjoy this, want to laugh, make fun of us for our, questionable live stream, there you go. All right. Well, you guys have a good rest of your night. Hope to interact with you in the comments.